Alright, 75 hard, day 7. I'm just talking for a little bit right before I eat my breakfast and right after my first workout, which was the Shotokan workout for day 25 of the Shotokan training. I was up late, probably after 2 a.m. My sister called yesterday. Everything's fine, but my sister called yesterday. I think my mom had her annual health care checkup, or physical, and we were just kind of talking about stuff. My sister was kind of asking if I'm still doing that nutritional program, and I explained that that ended November 2024, but I've been doing the other exercises and trying to eat better. And I was up last night because I came to the realization while I was trying to go to sleep that based on that conversation, how I've talked about how we have too many snacks in the house, I did bring it up again that it gets in my way, and I feel totally like I was not heard. The response I always get is, well, the other person says, well, I can't take the snacks and put them somewhere else because there might get ants somewhere else. And my friend mentioned to me the other day, get your own mini fridge and just put your own stuff in there. And I'm considering that, but that would cost a little bit. So last night I decided, late at night, I was like, let me just order the healthier groceries. Just more protein, more veggies, more fruits, less carbs. So basically, carb-wise, I'll be having Dave's Killer Bread rolls with sandwich rolls with I got sandwich makings, and then rice bowls basically that I'm gonna make. And I ordered some containers, I think about 10 of them, meal prep containers. And I'm basically, I guess Friday morning I'll meal prep sandwiches and rice bowls, and I'm gonna try my best to just stick within what I want to eat, what I've already purchased groceries for, and not give in to all this takeout, because like I mentioned yesterday, we had Mexican takeout, we had ramen takeout. Saturday we had 85 degrees. We also had Lucille's, which is a barbecue spot. Sunday we had Indian takeout. And all this food is so much that a lot of times it's not, it's leftovers too. So I'm not just eating one meal, I'm eating multiple meals of it. And I'm like, this isn't going to help, because I feel like, this is day 7 now. So we're just about 1 week through with my first week, and I'm like, yesterday I felt like I was kind of back to square one. I tried to eat healthier portions, but I didn't really eat my veggie plate. I ate 2 tacos instead of 3, or instead of the burrito for dinner from the Mexican food spot, and some chips. So I didn't really have the full veggie plate yesterday because I had ramen for lunch, and then for breakfast I had that leftover pasta with peas and a little bit of chicken. So I'm trying to have one meal that has no carbs, or no carbs that aren't vegetable carbs. If it's lima beans or something, that's different. But so I'm gonna see how this works out, because I was up late, I was a little frustrated, and then I woke up this morning trying to do the practice in the garage, and I kind of felt the same frustration during my whole workout of I'm in a house. I mean, I'm not gonna fully complain, but I'm thinking about it. I'm like, the people you're around do determine your health decisions. You know, if you're living in a house like I was before with a bunch of people with whatever issues they had going on between substances and hoarding and, you know, whatever the financial issues were that led people to couch surf, and then the people who were up all night knocking on my door here and there and like yelling in the next room and all kind of having their own breakdowns and stuff, you're not going to sleep or be comfortable in a house like that. And if you're in a house where people just constantly want to order takeout out of good nature, I'm not saying it's malicious, but I've got my own goals that don't match the goals of other people, and I'm realizing, you know, I don't want to combine my lifestyle with other people's lifestyles if I don't value the same things, and I'm trying my best to create a healthier lifestyle for myself. And I'm not saying I've bypassed anybody, but, you know, I'm noticing that, you know, if I'm around people who are going to be eating McDonald's, eating Doritos, eating Cheetos, eating Pringles, eating Oreos, ordering it in bulk, ordering the food for me, ordering McDonald's and double or triple orders to be able to have it throughout the whole entire weekend, I can't do that. That's not me. That's not what I want for my body. It's not what I want for my mind. It's not what I want for myself at all. I don't even want to touch that stuff. It's not real food. I've got a plate right now of strawberries. I've got this tuna. It's like a tuna with kidney beans and carrots and corn. And then I've got chicken, Sprouts chicken, rotisserie chicken. I ordered 2 chickens. For lunch, I'm going to have the leftover the restaurant ramen with a little bit of chicken in it and add more veggies. For dinner, I'll probably have more chicken or salad, like a chicken salad, a Mediterranean salad with chicken in it. But yeah, I'm gonna just have to do my own thing on the food end. Maybe do the Wednesday family thing. I'm really gonna have to dial back because, you know, or if I'm offered some kind of takeout, I need to order something that I actually need to eat for my next meal, and not just, oh, this place has this certain thing. I need to be ordering maybe like a vegetable-based meal or something. I really need to solidify this diet, though. I already purchased the groceries last night, and it probably wasn't the best idea because it was late at night, but probably like 10:30 at night or something. And then I was just up a little, just losing sleep over it again, you know, because I'm like, how am I going to problem solve this? You know, I find myself, this is the second night this week that I'm trying to problem solve while I'm trying to go to bed, and I'm like, you know, I need to figure this out. Like, what is it that I'm not doing? And, you know, I've had this conversation with a friend before. You know, carbs equal sugar equal fat. Carbs aren't all bad, and especially if you're burning it off, but my workouts are not that heavy to where I'm like burning that much, at least not yet. So that's gonna be another thing. If I'm gonna eat, you know, a certain way, I'm probably gonna have to burn more calories. But yeah, well, let me eat before my food gets cold. But this is kind of my decision for now. I don't really know how else to look at it. I don't really know what other method to try. But I'm gonna try this. You know, some of my food got here this morning. It's mostly like chicken and salads, and then I've got more food coming. It's gonna be some fish and some sandwich makings and the healthier type of snacks like the Dave's Killer Bread amped up bars, and can't remember what else there was, orange juice and some other stuff. And then my container should arrive sometime between 2 and 6 p.m. And I've pretty much already got my stuff planned out for what I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat the ramen for lunch and then the salad for dinner. So it doesn't matter what anybody else cooks today. This is what I'm eating. So, all right, I want to eat, and, I was up late. I'm probably going to relax a while. And then sometime before 5 p.m., get in my outdoor workout. I've got other stuff to do, paperwork and some other reading and stuff I need to do this morning. I'm happy with my decision. I don't sound happy. I'm a little frustrated, but, I had a night of frustration over this, but, I'm kind of like, nobody else is going to change. If they're not going to change, I've got to do my own thing. If they're not going to change, I can't expect them to change. They don't want to change. They want to snack. They want to not work out. They want to not leave the house. They want that as their lifestyle. They want to eat bad and have treats and not push toward healthier decisions and be impulsive about eating because of what feels good. But in the long run, that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to go to the doctor and have them say, oh, you've got these things going on. You need to change what you're eating, and then try to get around changing what you're eating. If someone's going to be changing one bad ingredient per month, that's not fast enough for me. I mean, in a month, I'll be like almost halfway done with this 75 days. So I can't wait 30 days for them to make one decision, I can't wait. Also the garage cleaning thing that I mentioned with the Shotokan kata practice, I'm not going to be able to really get that fully cleaned out, I'm realizing too. They don't seem to want to participate in helping or identifying what can be trashed or junked and thrown out to make more space in there to work out. They don't, I mentioned something about putting their exercise bike in there, and they don't want that, which is fine. But I would like to have a garage where I could work out in. It's like a full space where nobody uses it other than to store junk, basically, that literally nobody touches. I'm the only one who touches the stuff in there other than the cleaning supplies. I'm the only one touching the stuff in there to move it out of the way and to clean and organize every so often. So, all right, let me eat my breakfast. I don't want to talk way too much. I'll probably record more later anyways. All right, guys. Here we go for workout number 2. I'm driving to the little park. I'm going to try and use the Step-In app more and do the cardio more. Just walking more. I'm going to try maybe 2 whole laps. Because I think 1 lap seemed like it was about 20 minutes, but I don't really know. I'll see. And then, let's see. Oh, no, maybe that was the other place. It was 20 minutes. When I was walking around the business park. But I think I'm going to go to the actual little park. Because there's a restroom there. But I don't know. The business park has a restroom, too. There's like a fast food spot with a restroom where you don't need a key or anything. Since I've eaten breakfast, I do feel a little bit better, a little more positive. I don't know, my head was kind of in a little bit of a negative spot this morning, but I think I like my little game plan here. So for the first 10 days, I think any mistakes I'm making, I'm basically gonna say that I'm going to maybe not add a full extra day of 75 hard, but add a whatever that item is that I missed. But then I kind of thought about it and I was like, you know, this lifestyle, other than working out twice a day, there's nothing really within it that I think I necessarily need. I mean, I'd say maybe the cheat day thing is maybe, you know, because I do go out and like eat out and take out and stuff like that, like, and I go out with friends and things. But I think there's still a way to stay within your diet plan, within your preferences, your food preferences. Oh wow, they've got to go on the other side because this lane's way backed up. But yeah, as far as like food preferences and such, yeah, I don't know. The hydration thing, I don't think that's something I would need to really go backwards from. I don't know if a gallon is right for me. I really just don't know. I'm not saying I don't know as in like implying that it's not a good idea, but I really don't know. I tried it once and I was like, whoa. But maybe every couple days a gallon. Maybe not every single day. I don't know. But adding that to my week. And then just staying at least with a little over 5.5 to like almost 6.5 water bottles to get the recommended amount of water. That sounds normal to me. For the recommended for my age. And then yeah, like working out. I'm just gonna park here. Working out twice a day, maybe that's something that is the main thing that I'm like, I don't know about that. It's not a bad idea. I'm just saying, like, that's probably the one thing that, depending on how my schedule changes, I mean, I'm able to do it now with the schedule I have now. And I think if I had a different schedule, I could work out like before work, after work. That wouldn't be like too far of a stretch. I don't think it's too far of a stretch. I don't think it's too hard with my schedule now. But if my schedule was like working like 10-hour days, or like something not as flexible as what I've got going on, maybe not every day I could do this without stopping for like 2.5 months. I don't know. I'd probably have to need some wiggle room. But I don't think I really realistically should get a lot of wiggle room. I've got some professional development stuff I want to listen to while I'm walking today. Let me start my Step-In app and make sure it starts. And then I'm gonna start my walking app. I mean my timer for the full exercising, so that this time hopefully it all tracks. Because last time I messed it up a little and it did not fully track, and that was a bummer. But yeah, and yeah, I'm not starting my second workout 3 hours after ending the previous one. I'm starting it 3 hours after, at least 3 hours after I started the other one. So I started my other workout 7:30 a.m. It's 10:38 a.m. right now. I gotta get this done because I might have some delivery coming at like 11. So I might be about 30 minutes late for that, but it's okay. I don't need to be there for it because it's drop off at the door. So I'm gonna start this STEPN app, get rolling. Let me see on the app. Do I need to update anything? Do I need to refill my sneaker? Looks like it's already okay. It says it's 90 out of 100. So, I'm gonna repair. If I repair, it's gonna cost me 3.8 GST, and I'm at 107.77 GST. Yeah. Alright, guys, it looks like I'm pretty much finished with this aspect of my day. I think. Alright, let me see. All I need to do is log everything in my notes. So I did Shotokan practice. It was basically 47 minutes total. That included, let's see, the beginning was garage kata practice. That was first thing right away. And then I went to my room and did some Kihon, practice and some stretches. And let's see if I put the breakdown. And sorry, I'm like sitting right in traffic. By the side of the road. So let's see, it was probably 7 minutes in the garage, about 33 minutes in the room, and about 7 minutes in just for stretching at the end. And then I did some meditation from about 8:18 a.m. to 8:25 a.m. I don't count that in the workout time. And then today's walk was at the park. So outdoor, we did a walk for 33 minutes. It got me, according to the STEPN app, it was, how far did I get? 2.89? What's that number? 2.89 kilometers, a little over 3,900 steps. I actually didn't have the itchy leg issue until maybe one lap, and then I finished the second lap with just some mild itchy leg symptoms. Very mild, like near my calves. And I'm thinking, because, I don't know if this is accurate, but I did one lap. Yeah, I don't know. There's a park, right? But around the park, there's like a residential area. So there's basically a 2-lane street on all of the corners of this park, around all the sides of the park, for the most part. And there's houses kind of opposite the park, all around it. So the first lap I did was on the outer, sidewalk, where there really isn't a lot of grass. A little bit. There's yards and stuff, but driveways and everything too. But then the inner lap, on my way back around the other direction, I did an inner lap, closer to the park, and it's pretty much grass all the way around, depending where you walk. But where I walked, there was pretty much grass, all on that one side of me. On my left side, there was grass all along. And that's about when I noticed feeling it. but I don't really know because it's like, I don't know, because I felt it pretty strongly Saturday at the park, at a different park, where the trails go like through the park and there's grass on both sides, and it was morning. It was before like 9 a.m., like 8 something in the morning. And then, um, but I also felt it on Sunday walking around the office park area where there's really not a lot of grass. It was mostly sunny that day. Today was actually cooler weather. So maybe my legs are more used to it, and if it's a capillary situation, maybe they're kind of warming up to me being able to walk more. Diet wise, I don't know. I haven't really had a lot of carbs this morning. I don't know if that affects anything. I haven't had a lot of carbs this morning yet. I mean, I probably have had some, but because I think there was a little bit of corn in my meal, in my tuna salad. It was like a corn, carrot, and tuna salad and kidney bean kind of mix. And then I had some chicken and strawberries. So, weird breakfast, I know, but I don't really care. It worked for me. And so, yeah, I've just got to read and hydrate now and keep my meals as scheduled. I'm going to get back to the house. I was going to drop by the library, but I don't feel like it anymore. And I think it would, whatever I'm going to look for, I think I can actually find it online at home. Because I need like up-to-date information because it's tech related. But yeah, that's about it for now. I feel pretty good about how today went, and so we're week 1 pretty much done. By the time I finish the next couple tasks, I'll be done for a whole week's worth, and then we're gonna start the beginning of a new week of 75 hard on Friday. That'll be day 8 and start of a new week. So I'd say as far as what I can assess, the food needs to be cleaned up. I think I have problem solved for that. And then as far as the sleep, I mean, the nights where I lost the most amount of sleep, it was like waking up checking messages. Last night, the stressor of trying to like problem solve and plan and buy groceries after lights out online, and kind of still strategizing in the middle of the night, career related things, and being like, oh, if I want to take this next jump career wise, how's this going to look for working, and when am I going to work? When am I going to do all this stuff? So yeah. Alright. I'm going to record about the Shotokan information. Then I'm pretty much going to be done for the recordings for today. But that's it for now. Thanks for listening.